Welcome to the most important video you're ever gonna watch on sports betting, guys. Pay after win. When you make money using this strategy, make sure you DM me on WhatsApp so that you can join my VIP group and start getting daily predictions from me. I'm gonna first explain the theory behind the strategy that I use before I write it down for you on paper. You know, I got my pen, book, finna write it down so that everybody, even the people who don't know anything about sports betting, can understand what I'm saying. So everybody knows that in sports betting, we have different markets. We have both teams to score. We have straight win, which is called match betting or 1x2 in some other books. We have total goals. We have overs and unders under the total goals. Correct score, which I don't believe in. We have, draw. So all these markets, we have them. For this strategy, we're only going to be using both teams to score and total goals, right? So under total goals, we have things like overs and unders. The overs mean over a certain amount of goals. The unders mean under a certain amount of goals. So you can have over 1.5 goals to mean that if the game ends under 1.5 goals, you have lost. Right, so if you're choosing an option to say this game should be over 1.1 goals and the game ends in 1-0, you have lost, right? But then if it's 2-0 or 2-1, you have won, right? The same thing with the unders. If you say a game is gonna end maybe under 2.5 and it goes over 2.5 goals, you have lost. And then on the both teams to score market, we have a yes and a no. A yes means that you're saying both teams will score a goal in this match, at least one goal. And no means you're saying one team or no teams will score a goal. So if it ends 0-0 or 1-0 or 2-0 or 3-0, anything 0, that means you have won if you put your bet on a no. But if you put your bet on a yes, you need both teams to score at least one goal to make money. Now that you've understood that, let's go on to the paper and talk about how we're going to be making our 2 tickets, because you have to make 2 tickets for you to win. But you also have to make these 2 tickets 10 times for you to make profit. Because if you make 2 tickets, you can lose money. But if you want to win money, you need to make more tickets that pay for the lost tickets. Simple mathematics. You don't have to be a genius to understand this. Let's go to the book. Alright guys, so everybody knows when you log into a betting website, you're given some teams, right? So for example, you could have team A versus team B, right? Which on the betting website will be written as A minus B, right? So this is probably like a game. And under this game, you have some basic markets, right? Like 1x2, right? So these markets, they're given what we call odds, which is the multiple that your money will get multiplied by, right? So just an example, this is how some odds could look. Right, so you have this market. This is the most basic market in betting. I'm doing this for the beginners. I know the people who already know how to bet are like, man, why are you even explaining that? Everybody knows what we're talking about. So this market, most basic, it means team A will win. 1 means team A will win. 2 means team B will win. Team B is the away team. Team A is the home team. This means a draw. Right? But then we're not interested in this market. When you go down scrolling through the markets, you're going to find a market that is written as BTTS. So these are 2 T's, right? So in this market, we have a yes and we have a no. Right? Now, what this market means is it means both teams to score, right? BTTS, both teams to score. That's what it means. You're gonna have to look at the yes or no options in this market. The kind of market we are looking for is the market where the yes or no options on the BTS are close to each other. So maybe if you have, I'll just give 3 examples of which options you can go for. If you have options like 1.84 and here also 1.84, this is the ideal option that you want to pick, because it means that both the tickets that we'll be making using this market will be equally valuable, right? So you want this number that you multiply your tickets by to be the same, because that's gonna create a very good profit margin for your betting accounts. However, if you don't find this team exactly, you can go for something maybe like 1.91 to maybe 1.76, right? This is also fair enough. Or maybe if it's low on this side here, it could be 1.78, and then here it could be 1.93 or whatever, guys, you know what I'm saying? But then the point is that the numbers, the odds between the yes or no options in the both teams to score market should be very close to each other, that the 2 tickets that you make shouldn't really differ in the value that they get multiplied by. So this is the first initial market we're gonna use, right? So the next market that we're gonna need to use is called the total goals market, right? So when you're scrolling through the game after you open it, these markets are just going to appear. You just have to scroll through them and find the market that I'm talking about, right? So in the total goals market, we have 2 options as well, which is overs and unders, right? So this market is looking at the goals that can be scored per match, right? So in sports, soccer betting, we don't have as much goals like other type of bets, right? So usually they're gonna give you options like this: over 0.5, here under 0.5, right? Here over maybe 1.5, here under 1.5, here 2.5, here 2.5, here 3.5, here 3.5, right? These are usually the all overs that you're gonna be getting, right? And these overs and unders, they get some odds, right? So I'll just put the odds on this side for the over side. Now, usually if you say that a game is going to be over 2.5, it's a very obvious thing, right? So they give it less odds. Maybe they'll give it 1.02, right? When you say it's going to be under, they'll give it more odds because they know that, okay, you probably think there's not going to be one goal in the game. So they might give you maybe up to 5, odds. They might give you 5.06 odds, right? And then this side will decrease. Maybe here there'll be a 2.21 odds, right? Some odds they might put 1.56, and here they might put maybe 3.9. So these are how the odds are going to be on the underside. Now we're concentrating on the underside because that's where we're going to be placing our bets, right? Here too, it increases the more goals you say they're gonna be scored. Now what this means is they know, as much as we know, that in sports it's very hard for teams to score against each other, right? So that's why we focus on the unders market, that okay, this game goals could be scored, but we are focused on the unders market. So you need to look for games that have 2 odds on the 2.5 market, right? Very important, because when you multiply 2 odds by the both teams to score any ticket here, it produces a profitable mathematical equation for your bets. However, before we go, I just want to tell you the 2 tickets that we should make, right? So for example, let's say we go to team A and team B, and we go to the section where we want both teams to score. and we have found that it's like this. I'll go for the ideal one for the example. We're gonna have to start making the first ticket, right? Ticket number one is gonna have the option for this game to be game A, B, BTTS, yes. So they write your odds here, right? In this case, it's 1.84. So the ticket for yes has 1.84. And then now we have to find another game, right? So this game, we're going to call it C versus D, right? C versus D. In the betting side, they're going to write it like this. Now, when we go to the game for C versus D, we're going to use the under, right? And then for the under, we're going to put under 2.5, which is 2 odds, right? So here, on the first ticket, we have C versus D under 2.5 option, which gives us 2.5 odds. Now, when you find out that when you multiply this times this, it'll probably give you around 4 point something odds, right? So that's ticket number one. So in ticket number two, the only thing that we're changing in T2 is going to be A versus B, BTTS, no, right? So you find out that because the BTTS was exactly equal, it's going to be 1.84 as well. And then it's going to have 2.5 odds. I mean 2.21, right? The odds for the under 2.5 was 2.21, so we have to fix here as well. It's 2.21, right? So here it's going to be C versus D under 2.5 odds. Now this will also give you the same 4 point something. Now you find out that this ticket is very viable, but then you have to keep betting by finding more games for the what? For the under option.